welcome back to my channel, At Home with Beth, where I post video tutorials every week on anything from cooking and baking with food allergies to woodworking and crafts. So make sure that you like and subscribe so that you don't miss anything. So today we're going to be sharing a video on making shortbread cookies. I'm super excited to share this with you guys. It's only 3 ingredients and I guarantee you already have them in your cupboard today. So let's get started. These are going to be egg and dairy free as well as vegan, as long as you use some vegan sugar. So let's get going. We've got some butter at room temperature. We have 3/4 of a cup. And then we also have some sugar. We have a 1/2 cup of sugar, and we're just going to cream those together in the mixer until they're light and fluffy. So we're going to go ahead and add that in there, and we're just going to let that mix until it looks like it's incorporated well and it kind of fluffs up a little bit. Guys, this recipe is so easy. I'm so excited. I can't wait until you guys try it. It's delicious, it's light, and it takes no time at all. So we're just gonna mix that together. And we're gonna let that mix for about 5 minutes. So let's let that mix and then we'll add our flour. Okay, so that went ahead and mixed up and it's all incorporated. I don't see any grains of sugar or anything like that, so you know it's pretty well mixed. And then you also want to make sure that you scrape down your sides and then give it one more toss in the mixer, because you don't want any sugar hiding at the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and mix that back up after I scrape the sides, and then we'll add our flour. Okay, so let's just put that flour in. Again, this is 2 1/4 cups of flour, and we're just going to go ahead and add about 1/2 of that, and then we'll let it mix, and then we'll add our other 1/2. So let's let that run for a second. This dough is going to be pretty crumbly, and that's why whenever it's done, we're going to turn it off onto our silicone bake mat, and we're going to just kind of knead it together with our hands to get it incorporated the rest of the way. We don't want a tough cookie, so you don't want it to go too long in the mixer, but you definitely want to get it mixed together as well as you can. But it will be a crumbly dough, so don't let that discourage you. We're going to let the other the other half get in there. So these are the most simple cookies to whip together. They're the most simple cookies to roll out and cut out. We actually just roll it into a log, and then we're going to cut it into pieces and then just throw them on a bake mat. So these work up really fast. They're super simple, and again, they're only 3 ingredients, so you really can't beat that. So we're just going to let that go here for a second. Make sure we're scraping our sides down as we go, because sometimes that butter does like to hide at the bottom of these mixers. And you'll see clumps coming together, but you'll also see a lot of crumbs. So just know whenever you turn that out onto the sheet, it'll all come together. Okay, so we're just rolling this out, and all we're going to do is make it into a log. If you want circle cookies, just make it into a log. I like to have mine square, so I'm going to actually make it into a cylinder log so that I can get some square cookies. And as you can see, it's starting to come together. So don't let the crumbles discourage you, just keep working with it. You just want to work with it nice and slow with your hands, again, so you don't get a tough cookie, but it'll come together. And then after we get this rolled out, we're going to put it on some saran wrap, and we're just going to lay a little bit of sugar out on our saran wrap before we put it in there, so that we have some sugar coating the outside. And then we're going to wrap it up in the saran wrap and pop it in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes. Make sure whenever you're rolling this out, you don't use any flour on your baking mat, because you really don't want to get this any drier than it is. Shortbread cookies are supposed to be dry and a little bit crumbly when you're working with them, but you don't want to add any extra flour. Also, you want to make sure whenever you're working with it, if you find it too hard to work together, you can get your hands a little bit wet whenever you're working so that it's a little bit easier to stick together. So after I got that log rolled out, and again, mine is in a square, like a cylinder, and I'm just going to transfer it carefully to my saran wrap that has a little bit of sugar spread out. Move that out of the way. And then I'm just going to get this rolled up, and just like that. If you want to move your log around to get like all of the sides coated with the sugar, you can. Doesn't really matter. And then we're just going to roll that into the saran wrap like that. Bring up your ends, and then we're going to pop that in the freezer for about 10 or 15 minutes. We want the dough to get nice and chilled so that whenever we slice the cookies, it's a nice, even, smooth slice. Okay, so that's been in the freezer for about 15 minutes. You want to make sure it's not in there too long because you don't want them to be frozen solid, or else you'd have to let them sit out for room temp for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and slice these into even slices. And we're just going to go straight down just like that. So straight down, and we're going to try to get even pieces here. And those have cooked in the oven for 20 minutes at 320. So we're going to go ahead, and after they cool, we're going to move them onto our plate and take a look. So they are nice and light and beautiful. Beautiful shortbread cookies. Really easy, really simple to throw together. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so we have a lot of tea parties. These are perfect for tea parties with kids, and perfect for them to whip together with you or by themselves. It's a really easy recipe, and with only 3 ingredients, it's really, really simple for kids. So we're just gonna put these on a plate, make them look real nice, and serve them up once they've cooled off a bit. So be sure to check out my future recipes, because you don't want to miss out on what we can do with these shortbread cookies. You're not going to believe what we can do with the recipe whenever we take it a bit further and turn them into something else. So be sure to stay tuned for all my videos so that you don't miss out on that one. And check out the links if you are interested in my West Virginia pepperoni roll recipe, which will be posted in the comments below. And here's the finished product, guys. They look great. I can't wait to give them to the kids, and I can't wait for you guys to try out the recipe. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.